Thank you for being here. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll jump into questions.
Yeah, excited by a gritty win. You know, this team worked incredibly hard preparation-wise, but you can prepare all you want. You've got to go out and execute, and it's an incredible team that we played today that really plays gritty and tough, and I thought our team rose to that challenge and has really grown in that area a lot. I love how we defended today. I love how the next man came up no matter what circumstance we were in, and so just think this team is really coming together and starting to play at a high level.
We'll start with Percy.
What was it about that first half that just allowed you guys to take control of the game?
I think that the team came out just really focused. I mean, whether it was the defensive end, how we were going to guard, whether we're switching, whether we're not, the way they communicated, and then the offensive execution too. I think we came out with an understanding of the game plan and how to execute that, and just very unselfish basketball. I love the way we shared the basketball, so it was a really great team start.
And then, for like those of us who weren't out there sort of playing, it felt that it was a very physical game, especially at the start. Was it? What was that like, and how did you guys get used to that physicality that was being played?
You got it.
Yeah, Michigan is known for the physicality. Like, they play tough on both ends of the floor, and so we knew early, we couldn't let them play more physical than we were. And so I thought the whole game, we were battling. Obviously, we had a little bit of foul trouble at the beginning, but I thought the whole game we just fought and battled and had each other's back, so it was fun.
Avery, at the start, did you feel like a onus to maybe be aggressive offensively before halftime? You had a double-double, and it felt like you put the team on your shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we knew this was going to be a gritty game and a gritty team win. So from the start, everybody knew that, and obviously there's going to be things that don't go our way through a long 40-minute game. So we had everybody stepping up where we needed to, and if that's getting a couple more buckets or rebounds, but we had people filling in for the one spot, Sienna, Hannah, everybody doing their part, no matter what that was, and then people hitting big free throws, big shots. So I just think that we knew this was not going to be on one person. It was going to be a team win, and we knew that from the start and played 40 minutes that way.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Coach did like that right there. How big was Avery's sort of performance today?
Yeah, tremendous. I mean, we talked about taking her out. She's so good on both ends of the floor from a toughness standpoint, execution, IQ. And obviously she did an incredible job tonight understanding, how we needed to play and helping the people around her, and I think communication at a high level. And so just gritty. These two young women, our entire team, I thought really we were going to fight to the finish, whatever that looked like.
Was there one part of her game that you liked more than any? Was it the threes at the beginning or the rebounds at the end?
I think I'll take all of it.
And just the last one from me. Just after the game, it just felt like the interaction with the fans was longer than normal, was bigger than normal. Did you guys feel that, and how did that feel?
I mean, we had a great fan base tonight, so I think that's always a lot of fun. We knew it was going to be a big game. Obviously, they're a great team, and it was going to be a battle, so I think the fans knew that, and they had a lot of energy, which is obviously a fun environment to play in front of. And then, yeah, post-game, it was fun. There was a lot of fans, and I think that's a cool part of the culture, like I've spoke on before with this program, but just having the opportunity to interact with fans after the game, take pictures, sign autographs, because I think a lot of those little girls look up to us, and that's a cool position for us to be in, and just being able to give back in that way for the 8-minute mingle after is cool.
Yeah.
Avery, what happened when you got injured on that? When you kind of got screened and you were reaching down towards your knee or your foot, what happened on that?
Yeah, just a hard collision. Obviously, like we've talked about, it was a really physical game, so there was just a 50-50 collision there, but I obviously came back and was playing, so I'm good. Yeah.
Coach, it seemed like it was the drive to the rim that were really working, especially in the first half. What did you guys see? What was Michigan kind of letting you guys do on defense, and how was the pass and that kind of facilitated the offense throughout the whole game?
Yeah, they, especially at one point, really wanted to make every catch difficult, and so that spread out their defense a little bit, and it does put the onus on the ball handler to be aggressive and go to the rim. And I thought, we made some good decisions of when we wanted to stay in offense and when it was time for an individual to have a moment where they were more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, on that note, the rotation for you guys today, typically it's been Bryn, kind of the sixth man off the bench today. It was Tegan, I think. Was that, on that note of just being quicker to the rim, was that kind of the reason behind that? Was that something you guys had planned during the game, or was it just kind of seeing what they were given you in the first couple minutes?
Yeah, I think it was we had several different defensive plans, and so I thought the moment required a change in what we were doing defensively.
And then Sayvia, Avery, it seems like, you know, the guards at some point, you know, it's just kind of spread out that one of you guys have had a double-digit rebound game, Hannah too. It seemed like today, you know, a lot of it is just positioning for you guys, being able to kind of read where your bigs are going to be and, you know, where the tips might be. How much of that has just been getting to know Yulia and Bryn and just kind of reading the patterns of where they rebound, where the balls tip off and things like that?
Could you shorten that question?
Yeah, how much of your guys' rebound performance has just been practicing getting to know Yulia and Bryn and like kind of reading their patterns on where they rebound on the court?
Yeah, I mean, I think our keys defensively and getting rebounds is just seeing where the shot's coming from, and then also everybody has to box out, because normally the one person that doesn't box out is their person getting the rebound. So everybody has to box out, and then one person normally gets that rebound. But so I think it's obviously a whole team effort, especially defensively. Just everybody find a body, box out, and then one person release and go get the ball, and then go to offense. But yeah.
Then also, you know, a couple slow stretches offensively for both teams during this game. But we keep talking about the defense. Coming into this game, Michigan was 5th in the conference in field goal percentage, 1st in points per game, and the defense really just kept them contained until you guys got going again on offense. Just seeing that kind of like all-around defensive performance, just what kind of confidence that gives you as you go into more physical games here in the Big Ten?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously that's something that we worked on this whole off season, was just our defense. Like, we want to be a great defensive team, and so obviously at the beginning of the game, the whole game actually, we were able to get stops on them, and so it was obviously a confidence booster. But the communication that we had today on the floor was really what made our confidence go through the roof. Like, I heard everybody talking, and you just knew everyone had your back out there tonight. So it was a really fun win, and being on defense today was really fun.
Coach, I know Yulia and Bryn were mentioned. Can you speak to what you saw from them? I know the stats, maybe all of them don't pop out too much, but I feel like they had played some critical role, like Bryn especially, some of those just doing maybe things that don't get noticed if you're just watching a box score, right? What did you see from your two bigs?
Yeah, very much. I mean, big defensive moments from them, some great poise on offense. We were running some things that had the ball in their hands several times where they had to be patient, you know, with a lot of denying and make the next read and the next read, and just showed a lot of poise. And so really great moments from both of them, both ends of the floor.
And then I know this group is close, and we've talked about that a lot the last few years, to get a big win. I know it's a long season to go, but to get a big win like this against a Michigan team that, you know, you guys battled hard last year, just how happy are you for your players to, you know, as you said, grit this out and play a really good game to upset a top 10 team?
Yeah, I'm just so grateful and proud of their mindset. I think that the way they've come after every game, win or loss, has been very eager and hungry to learn, and very selfless. You know, they come into practice, you know, ready to help each other, ready to learn, and so it's just who they are. And it's really just beautiful for us to get to watch. Really, it's a gift to be around this group of women, because they have such a really good heart for one another, a desire to be great, pursue excellence. And so, you know, I think this is just the natural progression from the couple of losses that we had on the road, where we knew we were close and we had to grow in some of those areas down the stretch. And you can see us continuing to grow in those areas.
We have one more question.
Coach, can you talk about that stretch in the last few minutes where Michigan cut it to 6? You guys kind of kept turning over the ball. What were they doing to pressure you guys defensively? And can you also talk about the decision to have Elle launch the ball 3/4 of the way down the court? What was supposed to happen?
Yeah, so it was actually. But I think there's a timeout or two I probably should have taken, so I think I'll take some onus for that. You know, I think that the decisions that we make late game, there's trust and skill set, and but there's a time to take it out slowly, there's a time to take it out quickly, and so it's early in the season, and we've got to find that rhythm with the late game situations, and so I know we'll be a lot better at that the next time we're in that situation. As for the lob, you know, 4 seconds, it feels like there was going to be a lot of denial in the backcourt. It felt like it was our best chance to get across half court, and it would be a dead ball turnover if it was a turnover. So,
Coach Avery, Sayvia, thank you for your time.
Thank
you
you
guys.